嗱，今朝咧我又同呢個 auntie 去飲茶嘅時候咧，又即係席間咧即係不停3番4次5番6次咁樣喺度提到，即係講緊邊個嘅時候，佢就話：哇！你真係同阿 Donald Trump 一樣啊！輸咗又即係唔肯認啊，咁執着啊，唔肯認輸啊，唔肯認輸咁樣。咁當然啦，佢哋睇住嗰啲咁嘅 fake news 係咪？睇住嗰啲咁嘅垃圾主流傳媒永遠就係蒙在鼓裏乜撚都唔知咁我從來呢個 channel 咧亦都唔會聽一面之詞，又唔會聽晒另外一邊講都要自己尋根究底去睇一睇係咪究竟發生咩事。咁所以咧我就節錄咗最精彩嘅一個部分，就係呢啲而家大家關注係咪個 voting system。究竟係咪有咩 components 係嚟自中國嘅呢？同埋佢哋似唔似有問題呢？嗱，而家咧就喺度睇啦。
The Interos report showed that a majority of suppliers within a widely used voting machine supply chain had locations in either Russia or China. They didn't indicate which company. So I'd like to ask each of you, do you have components in your supply chain that come from either Russia or China?
Chairperson, we do not have components that come from Russia. We do have a limited number of components that come from China.
What percentage would that be?
I can't give you a percentage, but with respect to this issue, the potential for a backdoor threat really doesn't pertain to inert items like a piece of plastic or a piece of metal. What we really should be concerned about are the programmable logic devices.
What type of components come from China? Can you tell me the nature of the components?
I'll give you one example. Our DS200, which is a precinct level test.
Well, no, I don't want examples. I want, do any of your chips, do any of your software, is it just a piece of plastic?
In our DS200, we have one of the 9 programmable logic devices that we actually source from a U.S. company based in Milpitas, California, in the heart of Silicon Valley, that produces that programmable logic device in a factory in China.
Okay, thank you.
嗱，呢條友就承認咗其中有一部機咧有一個 programmable 嘅 logic device 咧就係喺一間美國公司，但係佢做嘅時候就喺中國嘅廠度做嘅咁就係一種 programming 嘅 device 嚟嘅，係中國製造。
Thanks for the question. It wasn't our company in the Interos report, but we do have components in our products that come from China. I don't know the exact percentage. I can certainly get that to the committee through my staff. Happy to work with you on getting the exact number. Our products, our tabulated products, have always been manufactured in the United States. And so if you look
before
at,
you go forward, what are the components that you get from China?
So, for example, LCD components, the actual glass screen on the interface, down to the chip component level of capacitors and resistors. Several of those components, to our knowledge, are not even, there's no option for manufacturing of those in the United States. We would welcome guidelines and best practices from the committee and from the federal government in terms of this is not a problem that's unique to the election industry.
嗱，跟住呢個古惑仔咧，亦都認咗咁好多部件啦即係好重要嘅部件咧，都係嚟自中國，但係佢俾嘅 defense 咧就係話冇啊，因為其他地方冇揾唔到，係大陸先揾到，所以就要向大陸嗰度疏成咁但係當然唔係咩藉口啦，係嘛？即係而家係問你係咪中國嚟咁解啫嘛？
Thank you. Ms. Mathis?
Yes, similar feedback here. We take the security of our supply chain very seriously, and we actively monitor and assess all aspects of that supply chain, including country of origin.
So do you have components from China or Russia?
We do not have components from Russia, but we do have, similar to my colleagues, we do have components.
And what would be the nature of those components?
Similar resistors, capacitors, they're the global supply chain for technology components of that sort.
And what percentage do you know?
I don't have that.
We'll follow up with that. I'll turn now to Mr. Davis.
嗱，咁呢條女又一樣咧，係一樣嗰個 situation 咧，又係話係 from China， 但係又係話因為佢哋係 global supply chain， 即係 which is 廢話啦佢又講一輪喺度，一開始就話我哋有好謹慎嘅啦咁樣，即係我覺得呢啲人咧，即係好似無私顯見私咁，係嘛？就係問你係咪嚟 Russia China， 咁你直接答咯，冚家產嚟嘅，你全撚部撲街嚟嘅。 咁其實咧真係都好高度可疑啦因為咁樣啲蠱惑機係嘛會出啲咁樣蠱惑嘅漏洞嘅時候，又咁撚都係嚟 China。但係 anyway 就算講真啦，我哋其實好撚容易嘅啫，即係啲機可能本身都冇乜嘢嘅，但係咧佢可以好輕易咁加一啲嘢落去，就可以即刻變咗作弊機。即係例如咁樣係嘛，我哋呢度譬如嗰啲油站啊，嗰啲即係收你 credit card 嗰啲 BB 機咧。咁正常係冇嘢嘅，但係咧其實好多時可以即係輕輕即係加一塊嘢上去冚住咗佢，咁佢就可以盜取人哋嘅信用卡資料。即係你明唔明啊？即係我相信譬如話你真係去公司攞一部機出嚟拆出嚟，可能發覺冇問題嘅喎，係嘛？咁但係咧佢永遠就係特登整啲 backdoor 喺度，好容易嘅。譬如你就咁開咗呢個櫃一插一個 chips 落去，咁即刻就可以即係出到貓。咁樣，所以呢樣嘢當然我相信佢哋會自然醒目啦，係嘛？去再查嘅時候。
His 5 minutes.
Thank you, Madam Chair, and thank you again to the witnesses who are here. Each of you, just a simple yes or a no. Is there any method of voting that's 100% secure?
No.
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 To your knowledge, has a foreign state ever successfully breached or hacked any of your vote tallying election machines? Mr. Burt?
No.
Mr. Poulos?
No.
What then was the primary target of our foreign adversaries in the 2016 election? Mr. Burt?
Well, Ranking Member, I think there are potentially differing public views on that, but what I can say is that, as you asked a minute ago, we've seen no evidence that any of our voting systems have been tampered with in any way.
Mr. Poulos?
I would agree with that statement. We feel the same way. Can't speak to what the primary purpose was of the attacks, but there's, to our knowledge, no evidence on our systems as well.
Well, you guys already answered that. Ms. Mathis, do you know what was attacked during 2016?
Do not have personal awareness of that.
嗱呢度又好可疑啦，佢問嘅時候就直接問即係究竟2016乜嘢係外國勢力攻擊嘅主要對象咁佢哋個個都話唔知即係as if就係冇外國攻擊咁樣咁呢樣嘢，我相信佢咁樣問得咧當然係有佢嘅，即係佢嘅心裏有數啦。
Okay, I believe reports say there were centralized voter registration systems, even one in my home state of Illinois. Where do these centralized state voter registration system databases come from?
Ranking Member, it's various depending on.
Do they come from any of your companies?
We do host voter registration systems for a limited number of states, yes.
How about you, Mr. Poulos?
We do not.
We do not.
Okay. They're actually a requirement of the Help America Vote Act.
跟住就問佢哋嗰個 voter registration system 係喺邊度 host 嘅，係咪佢自己公司咁個 database 係嘛？即係你係咪你間公司處理埋定係點樣咧？咁樣咧，即係其中第一個咧就話佢有幾個地方係都唔係全部另外兩個直頭就唔係係 outsource 咗去另外啲公司嗰度咁最後咧佢就係話啦，其實呢啲係 required by 最新嘅法例。Help American Vote Act 即係其實佢哋全部都違規。聽到呢度咧呢個選舉已經充滿咗好多漏洞，係好多明顯嘅漏洞喺度。當然西方嘅法律永遠就係 assume innocence 係嘛，其實就係偏幫罪犯嘅，偏幫犯罪嘅人。因為其實好多時候你揾證據證明人犯罪係唔容易噶嘛所以即係揾到證據，即係你一係要斷撚正你先會衰。大部分時間其實你咧走得甩嘅。呢樣嘢喺個發達國家嘅裏面對待佢啲公民都仲係 make sense 嘅，但係當你對住呢個世界上嗰啲邪惡嘅國家，第三世界嗰啲咁嘅野蠻人低等民族，你再同嗰啲人講咩要法治精神，要公平公正點撚樣咧寧縱莫枉嗰啲咁嘅嘢咧當然就係即係你自己置自己於死地。你對其他正義嘅人非常之殘忍，所以對住呢啲咁嘅敵人，就當然唔可以用同一種 standard 去做嘢咁當然咧，我哋話侵哥佢哋都唔係傻嘅，所以早喺2018嘅時候咧，早已立咗一條新嘅 EO， 就係話如果發現係咪有外國勢力嘗試干預呢個選舉嘅時候，要點樣做 呢一條咧係嘛？9月12號2018年嗰陣時立嘅，大家都冇乜注意，因為嗰陣時係嘛又唔係啱啱選舉，大家都唔係好注意。咁原來一直已經係擺咗喺度，係嘛？隨時就係等今次攞嚟用嘅，就係話 imposing certain sanctions in the event of 外國勢力干預美國總統嘅選舉，係嘛？喺2018嗰陣已經佈定局㗎啦。咁係即係嗰啲程序我唔多講啦嚇，即係基本上就做個 report 去 identify 邊啲人有份參與有份去搞呢啲嘢。即係呢啲人只要決定咗係嘛，譬如邊個佢哋係話直接或間接有份 sponsored 或者 engaged 或者 concealed 或者 otherwise， 總之係有份去干預呢個選舉。materially assisted sponsored 即係仲算你知咗都唔得喎。你嗰班投資者你唔好以為係嘛，即係諗住屌你老母俾錢就冇事係咪一樣 ？Provide financial material or technical support or good or service 即係好撚牽連極廣嘅。In support of any activities described in subsection 即係總之咧呢啲佢哋嗰啲 property 咧就可以被 block 住。即係到時再可以重罰啲就係 blocking prohibiting all transactions in a person's property， 即係總之就係佢係啦美國 jurisdiction 裡面嘅所有佢嘅 transaction 都唔俾做係嘛？咁就係 export license 呢啲啦 ，re-export good 啦，總之你出入口啦。prohibition on financial 即係直頭攞窿或者用 credit 都唔得呢個人完全又係跌出個 banking system。Restrictions on transaction in foreign exchange in which person has any interest， 又係啦即係外匯又唔掂得咁 transfer credit payment between financial institutions 就所有都唔得即係呢啲基本上包埋 PayPal 乜嘢你都用唔到啦。On person investing or purchasing equity of a dead person， 總之你又賣嘢又賣唔到，完全甩唔到身。咁其實咁樣嘅話咧，基本上同充公都冇乜分別㗎啦。佢完全將你嗰啲資產 block 晒，咁其實你諗下，依家如果其實嗰個天眼望住好多嘢嘅咁所以我相信今次咧引蛇咧係會引到一大堆，而呢班友咧就會受到類似俾國安法制裁咁樣，係嘛？只要佢哋決定咗係你咧，你冚家產喎。咁喺呢度啦你睇到我係將所有嗰啲證據係嘛 present 出嚟，咁你主流傳媒點會咁樣講咧？係嘛？唔會有咁樣講所以希望大家咧，即係如果係即係有啲你覺得仲有得救嘅，你身邊有啲朋友係咪都比較 open mind 啲同埋聰明啲，有啲知識有啲見地嘅人可以 share 啲片俾佢睇下唔好成日吸收埋嗰啲垃圾資訊，喺嗰啲咁嘅垃圾傳媒吸收垃圾資訊。最後順帶一提就係呢個 MIT 佢出嘅一啲報告，曾幾何時佢都係覺得呢啲咁嘅 polling system 係好有問題嘅，存在好多問題㗎不過當然啦係嘛，到今次美國咧就全部喺度咧扮晒好似就話冇可能嘅，冇可能有作弊問題嘅咁樣。
如果你想睇更多殘酷嘅真相，我希望你可以加入我哋。所有嘅敏感題材都會放晒喺會員專區入面，一係 join， 一係 subscribe。咁如果你 join 嘅話，你就會知道更多殘酷嘅真相。唔使擔心，最平收你10蚊雞啫。